Good evening, everybody. Happy Friday for all the Asia session traders. This is your last day of the week to trade. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everybody on the other side of the ocean. Nicolas Gomez, SPX, Jesse James, SPX. What's up, everybody? Looks like we're going to be chatting again a lot today, huh? 30-point range? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. 30-point range, huh? All right. Good evening, Jesse Gomez. You know, I was thinking about Esperanza Gomez, that's why. Nicholas James, there you go. All right, good evening to everybody. We're at 733. Wasn't this last night's level? I could have sworn we were here yesterday. Probably not. 633 was last night. All right. So we're at a pivot point. Opportunity awaits. All right, another entertaining 30-point range, huh? I didn't trade this afternoon. I just traded the morning session. What happened here? All right. So this was my last trade at 8 a.m. That's the one that I recovered the loss. We flushed down. We came back up and then back down. All right, so not much movement today. I literally closed it after my last trade. All right, cool. Got my levels ready. But we're in a 30-point range. All right. Guess it is what it is. Well, more like a 20-point range. All right. All right. Good evening. I guess you guys are going to have to start making some conversation tonight again. I may have missed my entry there at that pivot point. With a 20-point range, how much can you expect? I have a early question if someone's ready to answer. Been using Tradeify for Apex, but costs more? What everyone uses here, Rhythmic, it's cheaper, or Wealth Charts? I don't use Tradeivate on Apex, but I was under the impression they cost the same, and they're both under. They both have what is it? Hold on, let me turn off these fans. I can't even hear myself. Here we go. I thought Apex was the same for Rhythmic and Tradeivate. Well, why don't we find out right now? Hold on, let's take a look at Apex for you. So products, let's go to a 100K. Let's take a look at the 50K Tradeivate. Oh, it takes you right into paying for it. Hold on. Rhythmic. All right, so the 50K is $177 a month without any discounts. Let's take a look at Tradeivate. $177, remember that? And Tradeivate, $10 more for the Tradeivate, but they both have 90% discount. And I've never used Wealth Charts, to be honest with you. Never. I don't even know what it looks like. 167, so the same as Rhythmic. Oh no, it's the cheapest. 166, 177, and 187. I, to be honest with you, mainly use Rhythmic with Apex. I do get occasionally some Tradeify, but it really is going to come down to preference. Also, I do know that the pricing went up, although they have 91%. I'm sorry, 90% off right now. I checked what I've paid in the past at 90% discount. And I am paying $10 more, so they must have raised the overall price on the 150Ks because usually when I get 90% discount with Apex, it's a lot less. So, not a lot less, a couple dollars less. But at 90%, it's pretty cheap. So make sure you guys take advantage of that 90% deal. You have activation fees highly, highly discounted right now. It's the time to load up. I loaded up on a few this morning. I'll probably, as I trade some of them a little aggressive, I may add some more in case I have some casualties. SPX, that depends on your preference. I trade 150Ks. I used to trade the 50Ks, but now I've moved to 150Ks. I blow them less, but I also get less payouts, or payouts are more extended. So we'll see. But I think that's more of a personal preference. Depends on how you trade. If you trade minis, you trade micros. Are you an aggressive trader? Are you a conservative trader? Do you use drawdown? Do you keep your drawdown tight? It all depends on that. Tom H. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Well, good evening to everyone. 20-point range. I don't know how I'm going to trade this tonight, but let's hope we don't get a repeat of last night for sure. But even at those prices, with the 90% discount, it should be very minimal. I don't even pay attention when I pay for them. I noticed today that previous evals that I had paid for at 90% were a little less than what I'm paying now, but no big deal. Still pretty heavily discounted compared to other props. Good evening. We are in a 20-point range right now for the Asia. Let's see what we've got. I think you guys are going to have to put a conversation tonight. This is 7:30 to 7:55. That's a 25-point range. Ouch. Carlos, good evening. Are we long or short? Good question. We're at a pivot point. Let's see what they do here. They're looking like they want to flush it. T. Cooper says it the best. Hello, hello, fellow gamblers, my fellow addictive personality buddies. That is the one trait that we all have in common. There's no denying it. Addictive personalities. Welcome to the stream. All right, let me open up, let me share this. Apex does have some aggressive PA fees right now. That promotion, let me see if I can do a copy and paste. This is the current Apex promotion. Oh, wait a minute, it's copying the whole thing as a whole? No, hold on. Never mind. We're going to have to read it off here. 90% off any eval on Apex right now. 80% off of every recurring month. In other words, the 90% off is only the first month. Lifetime PA fees on the 25K, the 50K, the 100K, and the 150K, only $85. The 250K and the 300K are $37 activation fee or a PA fee. Resets are only $37 and 1 day pass. So really no rules in the eval stage. Joka Bush, that's so right, man. That's why I've never touched hard drugs. Same here, never attracted to hard drugs, occasional alcohol, although lately I don't drink alcohol. I'll share that story one day. I'm looking for the flush, but I have a tight stop. T. Cooper, I'm a professional, gave it up a year ago. Your funded trader, Apex Trader Funding, 90% off for the first month, 80% off every recurring month. Lifetime fees. The lifetime PA fees on the 25 to 50K. Here, why don't I do this? These are the rules for Apex. So 90% off any eval, 80% off every recurring month, lifetime PA fees, lifetime PA fees, $85 for those accounts. For the 250K and the 300K, it's only $37 for the PA fee. So they want you to YOLO. Resets only $37. And obviously a 1 day pass with, you can pass it in 1 day. No rules with evals. And of course you can use code JCDT to get that 90%. You help the channel out, you get your discount. Or any other code, whoever you watch or other influencers, affiliates, give them credit. Don't let Apex take all the money. Joka Bush. Yeah. Apex always surprises with their 90% discount. All right, now the question is, are they going to flush this pivot point or are we going to bounce this? What are we doing here? It ain't moving. We're in a 25-point range. I'm not trading that yet. So seems like patience is the name of the game. So if you guys have any interesting topics, let's go. Because it is snail pace right now. Ranga boy, what's up, brother? Waiting, Ranga boy, waiting for a 3K payout from TD. Nicely done. All right, let's see if they flush this pivot point or what they're going to do. HR, welcome to the stream. Good evening, everyone. Good night, good morning, good afternoon for those of you on the other side of the ocean. Slow. It's been even at the open, it's only been a 25-point range. So let's see what happens here. These little ranges, from what I learned last night, can be deceiving. I got all confident trying to trade a 30-point range and ended up giving up another 30, 40 points before it came back. Not interested in that type of drawdown tonight. Carlos saying it's the calm before the storm. So let's take a look at the news for tomorrow. Well, yeah, tomorrow we got a busy morning. So we got 8:30 a.m. PCE, red folder event, yellow folder event with wholesale inventories, retail inventories, EMI at 9:45. Oh, and University of Michigan sentiment final at 10 a.m. So you got Fed hearing tomorrow, and more University of Michigan news throughout the morning. Oh boy. So, it'll be a busy morning tomorrow. Volatile. PCE is a red folder event, so we should see some points to the upside and downside. Should be an interesting morning. I guess you're right, the calm before the storm. Zach, welcome to the stream. Well, it's been a slow open, right? It was 3 o'clock right here. We opened up at around 7:54, dropped about 10-15 points, came back up, came back down. All right, looks like it's going to be a long night of watching charts. Zach, I saw this morning's action, didn't want to interfere. Wild ride. Yeah, I had a wild ride for sure. Ended up in the green, but I took a little more drawdown than I expected. But we walked out. We had a nice recovery trade. I didn't have to leverage up or DCA or full port. A little one contract bailed me out. Got me in trouble and it bailed me out. It was a little wild. Finally, when it settled, that move up was pretty clean. But literally, once I saw some green profit, I closed it up. See the trades for today. Oh yeah, this was that 50-point trade, right? 71 to about 25. That was a beautiful trade. This was a nice short right off the open. That was at 6:30. And then this chop got me. I got some drawdown here. Little pre-tilt going on right here, and then finally settled down. Finally realized we were in ascending channel, caught this long, and up we went for 50 points, and that was it. Closed it up, went to bed, and as you can see, no trade since. And I say I literally try to get it done within the first hour, 2 hours. If I'm trading for 2 hours during New York Open, it's usually because I got some drawdown. T. Cooper, yeah, tomorrow I really want to enjoy my weekend, so I'm trying to debate, well, do I even want to trade it? It's Labor Day weekend. I've got some good progress on my funded accounts, and Friday, so it may be one of those Fridays, one trade. If it's green, walk out, whatever that dollar amount is. If it's red, I'll give myself a second trade to try to recover, but not like today where it took a few trades to recover. I just don't want to get caught in too much drawdown getting into the weekend. It's a Labor Day weekend. Last thing I want to be thinking about is, oh, shoot, took a lot of drawdown or potentially blow accounts or anything like that. So I'll be taking it easy tomorrow morning. I may make a decision tonight. Just bail. I'm in the green for the week. Today was a nasty morning. I wouldn't say nasty, but took some more drawdown than I anticipated. Maybe it's a good way to disconnect for a long weekend. We'll see. Super Earthman, welcome. Welcome. Good to see you here. Hope your day today after trading was well. Yeah, man, I disconnected, took a little nap, woke up, touched some grass, spent some time with the fam, and back at it. Ready for the long weekend, for Labor Day weekend. Jesse James loading up on some APEC. You always say that, Jesse. I'm going to hold you accountable as of tonight. I hope you tell me on Saturday or Sunday I didn't trade on Friday. Because I've heard that before. No, not trading them. Hey, Jesse, how was your day? Oh, yeah, $2,000 on all my accounts. I'm teasing. We all do that. We all say, hey, I'm not going to trade tomorrow, or I'm going to take it easy. And I can't tell you how many times I've said, hey, tomorrow I'm going to take it easy. And small loss. If it gets too bad, I'm going to walk out. Those are the days I usually either get a lot of drawdown or end up blowing accounts. Not easy. The market sucks you in. The market sucks you in. If we go back to today's trade, my first trade, if you guys remember, from last night, I came in. Hold on, let me take a look at this. From last night, I came in, I think, like at 60 or 70 bucks in the red coming into the New York session. In other words, I had caught some bad drawdown last night. Eventually, it came back to my position and closed, hopped on the long, and accidentally closed a beautiful long entry. So at that point, I got frustrated. I was like, let me turn this off. Anyways, long story short, I came into the New York session about 70 bucks in the red, bought this short right off the open, and that should have been it. That should have been it. I was already up like 500, 600 bucks with this short. Then I get in this little battle zone, 2 trades that got me some nasty drawdown in this chop zone. Then finally calmed down, realized that we were in ascending channel, caught this long for about 50 points, recovered, walked out into green. I think it ended up being like 300 bucks. And as you can see, I closed it right after that. That was what? 7:54 a.m. my time. So 8, 9, right? 10:54 a.m. Eastern. That was it. I didn't trade anything for the rest of the day. And now we're back. But it was a little sloppy for sure. I think I was getting close to tilt until I calmed down and realized we were in that ascending channel and just let the long play out. I got 5 to pass tonight. I got 5 to pass tonight. Okay. You're a funded trader. Nice. Super Earthman. No, you missed the 2 points that the market just moved. That's about it. It'll be a long night of talking, yapping away tonight. We're in a 20-point range, and we're down to 2, 3 point, not even. Down to about 2 points now, moving up and down. Getting tight. Nicholas Gomez loaded myself with 5 Apex accounts. Nice. The good thing about Apex is it doesn't hurt when you blow those. You have no rules in the eval phase. No rules whatsoever. You want a YOLO? You want to experience the YOLOing in futures trading, Nicholas? Grab one. Don't grab all of them. Just grab one. Play around with some size. I will be adding this weekend. I'm not going to do it tomorrow. Like I said, tomorrow, I just literally want to get in and out of the market if I even trade it tomorrow. I'd like to enjoy the weekend, and during the weekend, I will buy some 300Ks from Apex. It's too damn cheap. The activation fee is way cheap, and I'm going to trade those maybe at 2 contracts or 3 contracts each. In other words, in my copy trader, those will be 2 contracts, possibly 3. So if I enter on my master with 1 contract, Tradesyncer will be set up for 2 or 3 contracts on the 300Ks. So I'm gonna experiment with that. Super Earthman, no winning the lottery. So let's hope for Saturday. But either way, if I win the lottery, I'll be doing this every day. The only difference you'll see is I'll probably have 50 funded accounts, straight to funded accounts that I just bought. That's probably the only difference. Plans for the weekend, Labor Day weekend. No, we got some neighbors coming, barbecuing. I mean, we barbecue here year round. Arizona is barbecue is like every month of the year. There's something going on. Super Earthman, I know you will win. God bless you. I tell you what, if I do, I'll let you know I did. I know you will. That's some strong what's it called? Manifesting there. I'll be right back, guys. All right, here we go. Cody had my first 1K trade today. I know that's peanuts for y'all. No, that's a solid trade. 2 lot NQ current NQ ATR 6.6 on 2-minute footprints. So not expecting much there. Was nice grind last night. All right, that's a nice trade, man. Nicely done. Cody bought 9 25K Apex accounts. Going to copy trade groups of 3 starting tomorrow. Open bell, first run, after trap, 5 minutes in. Nice. $1K trades, those are nice. All right, it's grinding down, but not interested in this range. Di, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Cody, you need to be humble. NQ will steal your soul if you get confident. I would think it would wreck your soul. NQ will humiliate and humble you pretty quickly. That's why I love it. The minute you start getting too overconfident, thinking you figured it out, nope. Rude awakening. You gotta respect NQ. That's why I love it. It was a slow grind today. All my shorts got smoked. Yeah, it was an interesting open. I struggled for the first part of it, then finally caught that ascending channel. I had a nice recovery trade. Too bad it was a recovery trade. Nonetheless, it was a 50, I think it was a 50-point trade for about $1,000 right after the opening. But I was in some drawdown, but it is what it is. Walked out with some green. Nice little learning lessons today, for sure. Die when I finally went long, the market tanked. Oh man, sorry. I've been in those situations. Usually I struggle with not the directional long days. I struggle with directional short days or directional bear days. For some reason, it takes me a while to figure out, hey, bears are in control. This is a directional day to the downside. I catch myself trying to long a falling knife. I've gotten better, but it's still a problem in my trading. It happens, man. And then when you finally flipped, and when you're finally accepting, okay, it's a directional day, and you finally try to trade the trend, you're right. By that time, it's too late, and it flips on you. I do well. I can battle the chop. I can battle myself. Well, I shouldn't say that. I have higher win rates in the chop. Directional days to the downside have been my Achilles heel lately. My last blow up of accounts, which was about 3 weeks ago, was a directional day to the downside that I kept trying to long a falling knife. And then by the time that I tried to short it, I had very little drawdown left and got smoked. Take a long without a stop is the best strategy. I don't know about the best strategy. Peter Chan's in the house. But a couple of us got caught in that whiplash this morning. Took a little bit to finally figure out direction to the upside and then recover. VicMed passed the funding tick account today. I was supposed to make 2,500. I made 3,200. Nicely done. Nicely done. Wow. Well, I hope you guys got conversation tonight. This is not moving at all. We might have to preserve some mental capital for tomorrow. All right, let me take a look at something here real quick. Looks like this is the calm before the storm. We got a lot of news going on tomorrow. Vic Med, do you think they will trip because I was over the 40%? I haven't been in that situation. Most prop firms do make it a big deal. Or not make it a big deal. You just have to make more, right? That's all. That's all it is you have to make more. Not like you blow the account. Khalid, Mohammed, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Zach, let's see what 10 p.m. will bring us. I agree. 2 minutes away. Looks like we are at the bottom of that range and long it for 10 points, but too risky. I agree with Jesse. You don't necessarily blow accounts when you trade above the consistency rule. It just means you got to make more to get to the 40% or the 50% or the 30%. That's all it means. Die, I'm done with Apex. Too strict. Yeah, Apex is not for everybody. For me, I trade everything with Apex rules pretty much now. ER77, when I grow up and find some courage, we'll make 2K on each account. I think you're just one of those cases of give yourself time. You got a very nice, tight strategy, very controlled, base hits, right? You just got to be, continue to be confident with that style. Very, very, what did you say yesterday? You have a 50K for 2 months. You haven't blown it, but you haven't passed it. It's pretty disciplined trading, no matter how you look at it. Nicholas Gomez, what's your first step? What are your steps when building a hot dog? Sauce first? Just add some ketchup. Cody, best strategy for Apex copy trade, go for small wins, keep DD under 450 so you're always safe. Yeah, with Apex, since I trade mainly minis, I've moved over to the 150Ks. They seem to work a little better for my style. But everybody has their style. If you're trading micros, the 25Ks and the 50Ks are good. JC, what is the level we need to look for downtrend? Well, we're in a downtrend right now. We topped, what was it? What did we top today? 800? Did we hit 800? I didn't even trade the afternoon. Yeah, we did hit 800 and we're slowly pulling back. Jesse, mayo, then sprinkle the everything bagel mix, then ketchup, mustard, relish, finally the dog. Oh, wow. Jesse's got a process, man. I'll give him that. Uh-oh, there's the bot. 90% off of any eval size with Apex. 80% off every recurring month, lifetime PA fees, 85, 25K reset fees. There you go. There's your there are all the details on Apex. I guess the bot is working. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. ER77, I got faith, man. I think for you it's just a matter of time. When it clicks, it clicks. You got a very tight strategy. In other words, you're tight on your profits and you're tight on your losses, which is huge. Send paid. What's the red line? I believe that's the 15-minute opening range from this morning. This is the same chart I trade New York session, so it just has the 15-minute opening range. That's the top of this morning's 15-minute opening range. Christopher, yeah, we gotta phone this in, man. It's not moving. It's not moving. Looks like tonight is one of those nights. It ain't worth it. Preserve the mental capital. Super Earthman, hey man, you guys make the group. You guys make the community at night. Great, and I mean this. It's a great group of guys, great group of traders. I know there's some ladies as well, so let's be respectful. But overall, we got a good group. We haven't gotten too many haters yet. We don't have the trolls, or I'm sure they'll come eventually. But it's a good group, and slowly the people that stay because they like the crew. So you guys are what makes this evening crew. Carlos, yeah, man. Today may be one of those nights that's not even worth spending the mental capital. We may just have to hop off the charts. Super Earth, man, I appreciate you, man. But you guys make it fun to come in. I tell Jesse every time, man, do I hate trading Asia. I hate it with a passion. Lately, I mean, I got to be fair. I haven't taken a big loss during Asia yet, knock on wood. I actually walked in several times or several nights into the New York session with some green. But I come here for the crew. My passion is in the New York, the morning session. But that's just some quick, crazy volatility. This is where we all kind of hang out, get to know each other. But man, this is painful tonight. So I guess it is the calm before the storm with tomorrow's volatility. Tomorrow's gonna be a crazy day with all the news. Tomorrow we got a lot of news. Red folder events, PCE, consumer spending at 8:30, 9:45, PMI, 10 a.m., University of Michigan sentiment. And then you got some other numbers under University of Michigan. So you got 2 red folder events, yellow folder events. It's going to be wild. Wild Friday. So no need to mess up your Labor Day weekend. Tomorrow, I'm really hoping that I can stick to the plan. And if it ain't pretty, don't trade it. We come for the ribs. Man, last night, that drawdown, I didn't even get to eat my ribs. I turned the stream off, and I was about to eat. And I said, nah, go straight to bed. I woke up this morning, and that's probably why I had such a rough morning. I was trading half asleep. Never again. I won't do that one again. That was a long stream last night. I think we stayed on for what, Jesse? 4 hours? John D., welcome to the stream. Thank you for subscribing. Flavia Mendana, welcome to the stream, and thank you for subscribing. Good evening to anybody new up in the branches up there. Don't be shy. Feel free to come down and say hello. Tell us where you're tuned in from. And it's a great group of guys and gals. So don't be shy. Say hello. Jesse had 3 Pepperidge Farm pumpkin spice cookies first. Oh man, Jesse has like the best appetite. He has like you're like spoiled with your cookies and cakes and all that stuff. A man can eat. Cody Mercer, what's your morning New York 30-minute open strategy? Usually it's around watching pivot points, potential gap fill reversal. It just depends on where we are in relation to levels, right? Previous day high, previous day low, overnight high, overnight low, your settlement. But I mainly trade 20 and 200 SMA, VWAP, and pivot points are my main indicators, using 1 hour and 4 hour levels as guidance in terms of entries. PR77 is short 6 MNQs from 31.75. You're playing the break out of that range. Tommy Stark, ES is scaring you, holding these lows. So is NQ. Star was $300 away from passing 2 evals last night, and my ego got the best of me. Shorted ES last night. Asia against my logic and lost it all. I am still shocked. Oh, man. Star 99. Listen, we've all had those days. It's part of the process, man. We all have those days that you screw up, you blow accounts, you go to the couch or you go to your bed and you literally stare at the ceiling for like an hour or two. And you just keep asking yourself, what the hell did I just do? We've all been there. I've been there. It's a process. Journal and work on improving whatever the mistake was. Trading gold tonight. Yeah, I keep saying I gotta chart gold and I gotta chart oil. When NQ moves this horribly, I just gotta hop on something else. Cody, I go for pivots, catch the extreme wick, and ride the reversals. Has been working. Yeah, you're a reversal trader. I use pivot points as well. Those are juicy reversals. Until you have a bear day, and bears can flush pivot points like it's. I mean, I've fallen victim to trying to enter a reversal play on a pivot point on a day that the bears are in control, and boy, have I paid. But in general, like I said, directional days are what, 1 to 5% of how the market moves. In general, the reversal play on a pivot point is a solid entry. I love pivot points on NQ. NQ seems to play pivot point to pivot point every single day. Cody, yeah, shorts tore me up this week. Yeah, there was, I don't know if it was this week or last week. I learned my lesson on one of the live streams from the morning session. I was like, guys, I'm not long in this pivot point. These bears are going to flush it. They're going to get everybody who's trying to long the pivot point, and they flushed them 60, 80 points in 3 1-minute candles. They did that 3 days. Last 2 weeks, 3 days on a directional bear move. Pretty impressive how they flush pivot points, killing the reversal players pretty badly. Vic Med, I have no patience for this market time. New York is my time. Same here, man. My majority of my trading is done during New York. But listen, I'm liking the Asia session because of the community, and it just requires a different style of trading. You got to be a little more patient. If you're used to taking the drawdown during the New York, drawdown during Asia could look bad for other players. For New York session traders, the drawdown during Asia rarely gets bad. Even last night, that's peanuts. So it's a different style of trading. You just got to wait 2-3 hours to get the same play you'd get in probably 2-3 minutes during New York. That's the difference. Marco Cavallo, do you use classic? Yes, classic pivot points. Drewski sitting on my hands. I don't blame you, man. How could you trade this 1 and 2.1 minute candles, if that? I think we're talking ticks right now. JT1111, if NQ can go down to the next pivot point, yeah, it's trying to flush below this pivot point. Not significant. That's why it's not convincing me. Maybe just a slow grind and they'll flush this pivot point, but they haven't bounced this pivot point. I'll tell you that much. So, Super Earthman, you got to go. I appreciate you tuning in and spending a little bit of time with us. Have a great night, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, have a great weekend. Have a great Labor Day weekend with your family. Tommy Stark scaled in a short from the top, targeting 5. Look at you, always catching those tops, man. Targeting 595, 545, 429. Tommy Stark, always with the strategic plays. Max, I like getting winning trades before New York. Yeah, listen, that's what I was talking about earlier. Asia has given me some drawdown for New York, or at least come in with some profit coming into New York, so I can't complain too much about Asia. So far, it's been good. Drewski, gonna call it. Gonna crash out early, feeling better today. All right, Drewski. It's not moving. Peter Chan, gonna go buy an Apex 150. Yeah, I'm gonna go 300K. I'm gonna get a couple 300Ks just because of how cheap that PA fee is, and I'm gonna trade them probably double size. So we'll see how it goes. Drewski at his 5. Drewski won't forgive his 5 points. He'll come back for it. SPX, volume coming. Volume. Really? Let's take a look at volume. Yeah, we got a little green. No volume. I'm not seeing volume yet. It's not on NQ. SPX 1 minute chart. Gotcha. Cody, does anyone have Bookmap? Yeah, we ask about Bookmap a lot at that night, apparently. So if anybody has Bookmap, feel free to share some levels. WXB, with the Apex, you can just use code JCDT to get the discount. And the PA fees, when you pass the account, it's automatically tied to the promotion. So your PA fees, depending on the size of the account, will be either 85 or what is it, 37 bucks for the 250Ks and the 300Ks. So there's no further steps needed. Apex is pretty automated. When you pass, you sign it, you pay for it. When you reset an account, it's automatically tied to the promotion. They probably have the best system on the, to be fair, Apex probably has the best system on the back end in terms of promotions. Whatever promotion your account was purchased under, they're pretty good. When you reset, it's that fee. When you get an activation fee, it's that fee. So, and they can have multiple promotions. Like, for instance, they had the 80% promotion yesterday. So whatever accounts were purchased under 80%, when those are passed, those PA fees fall under that promotion, not the new one. They're pretty good about that. So I wouldn't worry about it. Nothing to be done. But yeah, 90% at Apex. Like I said, I already loaded up on a few. I'm waiting for the weekend. I don't want to trade them tomorrow, but I am going to load up on more, some 300Ks. With that PA fee, my plan is to double. It's going to be copy traded with double size. WXB, appreciate you anytime. So those will be copy traded with double the size that I enter on the master account. For the price to get in and the price of the activation fee, I'm going to see if it's worth it. Yusuf Yassin, hello everyone, welcome, man. Oh man, this is a little grind to the downside, huh? Just like yesterday. I'm not messing with these little grinds. They're deceiving. You try to counter trade that thing, and hour and a half later you're down 30-40 points. Day trader has one pay for eval, no monthly payments. Right, no activation fee. And I think Bulenox is also back to 91% off, but Bulenox has some pretty expensive activation fees once you buy accounts above 50Ks. I didn't know about the activation fees, and I passed the 150K, and I got shocked. The activation fee on a 150K with Bulenox is $497. You're funded trader. Apex is reaching out to YouTubers for account giveaways. Probably the bigger guys. I'm a little guy still. I'm sure the bigger guys get some giveaways. I will email them though. Drewski, I'm good for tonight. No more trading. I don't believe it, my friend. I don't believe it. I've heard that from you many times. Drewski will tell us no more trades, and then half an hour later, all right, guys, I'm up $2,000. The guy can trade that the 5-point strategy like a king. Oh boy, I think I'm going to have to zoom into this so it looks entertaining here. We're in 2.1 minute candles. I'm not messing with these grinds. I paid yesterday trying to counter trend a grind like this to the upside. Die, have you tried it? FFF? I have not. I know who you're talking about. I know about the bad publicity. I got nothing good or bad to say. I haven't traded them. But I do know what you're talking about. All right, slow grind to the downside. Looks like Mr. PR is banking tonight. PR 77. Drewski up 240. Well, with this price action, man, I would count your blessings. That's a lot. I honestly probably will preserve mental capital. There's no way I'm trading this. I'm not going to get caught up in another one like last night. Be right back. Going to go make some eggs over rice. Oh, fried eggs over rice. Boy, do I miss those days. Profit quick with TJ. Do you think it will bounce off the 200 EMA 5-minute or keep down? I don't have the 200 EMA. I do have the 200 SMA. I watched the 20 and the 200 SMA on the 20-minute. The 200 SMA is at 702. So let's see if we get down there. 702 is also the bottom of the 15-minute FVG. We'll see. We still haven't flushed this pivot point. The pivot point can still technically be the bounce area. We only went down, what, 5 points on that pivot point in slow motion? So I'm not convinced that so far, pivot point was at 733. So technically the bottom of this little box range that we got here, that's your pivot point. Right around here, that's 730, 733. I'm not convinced this was the flush of the pivot point. Technically, we could still bounce this. You missed the bounce, yeah. Die, see you in the morning. Yeah, brother. I think tonight for me, it's looking like capital preservation mode. I got caught in one of these little slow grinds to the upside last night, and 1 hour later, I was in 30, 40 points of drawdown. So it's not my style. I don't mind the 30, 40 points of drawdown. I just don't want to wait through. I don't want to wait 1 hour, 1 hour and a half to find out I'm wrong. I appreciate you, and I agree. Let's, in the meantime, while NQ's not moving, let's smash that like button. If you're enjoying the content, hit that subscribe. We do this every night, Monday through Thursday. I don't do Sundays. It's time for the fam. Monday through Thursday, 9:15 p.m. Eastern for the late Asia session, as I call it, pajama trading. And Monday through Friday for the New York Open, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. That's my main trading session, Monday through Friday, 9:15 a.m. Win, lose, or draw, you see it all. Good, the bad, and the ugly. Cody, what's your normal stop loss? It depends on levels. I have a mental hard stop, probably around 30, 35 points on NQ. I trade 150Ks so I can handle some extra drawdown, but it depends what I'm trying to do. What's your, you do 15 points at the open and then switch to 10 points? That's pretty tight. That's pretty impressive if you can keep it consistent. That's that seems like you got some solid entries to keep it that tight during the open. Cody, most of the time I'm entering minis, 1 or 2. Lately, we've only seen 1. I just haven't had much of the directional plays that I like to add. But I'm not a high contract or hot lot size trader. Brewski up 510. You played that short. 5 points there. Nicely done. Michael Anthony, I don't understand futures, and can't you make more profits buying single companies? Depends on the leverage, right? Futures allow you to play more leverage with the same dollar amount you have. Buying single companies, you know, there are stock traders out there, but you need a lot more capital to be able to get the similar leverage that you would get with futures. Futures are volatile. Happen very quick. Especially what we're looking at right now, which is NQ. Julian, IJC, once you get a PA with Apex, do you trade with more contracts at the beginning to reach the safety net zone faster? Well, remember, with a PA, you got to have a consistent lot size. In other words, you can't do what you just said. Granted, you can get the payout. Sometimes they deny, sometimes they don't. It all depends on luck. But if you're inconsistent with your lot size with Apex, they will deny. Meaning, let's say at the beginning, to your point, you started doing 5 contracts to build the buffer that you're talking about. And then the last 3 days, you trade with 1 contract. That's inconsistent. There is a rule with PAs on Apex, consistent lot size. So I don't do that with PAs. With evals, I might get a little crazy sometimes and have some inconsistent lot size on the evals, but not on PAs. PAs, I'm pretty strict. All right, there goes the flush of that pivot point. I think we got a couple of shorts in the house. I think, well, PR77 Got in on that bottom of that range to play the breakout. And PR77 is out. Nice. Nice little play there. Cody, correct. On Apex, here, I'll bring it up since you guys are talking about it. And it's not like the market is moving much. Let's see if I can help you guys out here. 3.0. All right, Apex 3.0 rules. For all the new Apex traders, this should be your Bible. Type in 3.0 in your help center, and this is the latest and greatest in terms of rules, right? So these are all the rules for Apex funded accounts, SIM funded accounts, or PAs as they're called. You got all the requirements. There is the 30% consistency rule for your trading, the safety net rules for payouts, probation, blah, 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 blah. DCA, which is now allowed. They didn't allow it before. Contract size consistency. So, contract size should reflect a consistent trading approach, allowing flexibility to adjust. However, erratic spikes or inconsistent changes like 10 contracts one day and 2 the next day solely to secure a payout are not permitted. And this is where people start bashing Apex afterwards. They're like, oh yeah, they denied my payment. It's not even a rule. Well, it is a rule. You have to be consistent in your size. They do have that rule, contract scaling rule. Make sure you read the scaling rules based on your max lot size, right? You have to reach certain threshold first before you can use full lot sizes. Risk management, all your trades 5 to 1. Last night, for those of you that watched the trade last night, I was trading some Apex PAs. I closed at a loss. Why? Because I had taken some pretty heavy, not heavy, I took some drawdown. So in other words, for the trade to be valid, I had to make sure that trade was at minimum 5 to 1. So if I took $1,000 worth of risk, my profit to meet the risk reward had to be 200. Being where I was last night didn't make sense. Easier for me to take a loss than risk the whole trade, killing my entire trading week or the trading period. So understand the 5 to 1. Then they have the 30% negative P&L rule. In other words, per trade, you can't take 30% of your drawdown on any given trade. So for instance, I have 150Ks. My drawdown at the beginning, once you reach your buffer, your profit just keeps moving up. So your drawdown is different. But let's say on a 150K starting from 0, a PA, the max loss limit on a PA is 5,000. I can't take a trade, one single trade, and take $1,500 in the negative on one trade. You can do that over several trades, right? You guys have seen me go into drawdown on 3 or 4 trades and I'm $1,200, $1,300. That's fine. But you can't take one trade, $1,500 loss. You won't blow the account. They'll deny the payout on a PA. So hope this helps. The easy way for you guys that are just starting to trade on Apex, type in 3.0 and there you go. It's Apex 3.0. Those are the latest rules. Get familiar with that, especially if you're trading PAs already, so that you don't fall into those denials. Apex, like I said, is the strictest prop firm in terms of rules, but they also offer the best leverage. You have to balance it. You have to decide, do I want to put up with the rules at Apex? Is it worth the stress? Can I trade that? Or can I go somewhere else with easier rules and not have to worry about it? It's a decision for you. SPX, yes. The one thing that's good about Apex, those rules keep you consistent. They've actually kept me consistent. So I don't have a problem with the Apex rules. I I actually copy trade everything now based on Apex rules. So I'm watching, because I do Tradesyncer, I'm watching that one trade. I'm not taking more than $1,500 in drawdown because I know that that'll affect the PAs. And it's worked out for me. I trade mainly 150Ks now. So each drawdown percentage is different based on your account size. Cody, base hits. Yeah, base hits pay, man. Base hits have been proven to be the name of the game in prop firm trading. WXB, correct. Base hits, you're fine. SPX, I do monthly. I got to look into the yearly. I haven't paid yearly yet. I should pay yearly if it's worth the price. I haven't looked at the yearly cost, but I do know I get a monthly fee. It's probably time to look at the yearly. But actually, no, I'm looking. There's another copier, another cloud-based, web-based copier. Forgot the name that I got to look into. I'm going to be testing that one soon. I got an email from them last week or the week before. Cody Mercer, base hits are trades under 500. Yeah, I agree. Little wins that add up. Sit Guy Bob. You start going for those $1,500, $200, $2,000 days. Hey, if you're consistently getting that and not blowing accounts, go for it. I'm not there yet. My average is about, I would say, 300 to 800 average day in wins. My loss days are a little higher, though. If I take a loss, those loss days could be 1,000 plus. That's still a work in progress. Last year, interestingly enough, with the 50Ks, I had way higher profit days. I don't know what happened. Last year, I was averaging $1,500, $2,000 days. Like, it was nothing. But the market was also moving very differently last year. You had days of 100 points up, 100 points down, 200 points up, 200 points down. You had the volatility to play that. Lately, it's been a little slow. Maybe it's just summer trading. We'll see. Cody, how many trades do you average per day? Probably 3 to 5 if I'm trading Asia. If I'm only trading New York, max 3 or 4 trades. If I can get it done in 1 or 2, I'm done. I literally close it up. Today, I got caught in some drawdown, and I think it was 3 or 4 trades today. But usually 1 or 2 during New York. And if I'm trading Asia, probably another 1 or 2. I don't take a lot of trades, period. Hi, people. Any longs for NQ? Man, as much as I want to long this, we're in a downtrend. I got caught yesterday trying to counter trade the trend, and I'm not doing it tonight. It's Friday. I don't want to walk in. And it's moving really slow, so we'll see. Cody, what do you look for? Extreme pivots? How do you decide when? Like I said, it depends on levels. I wish it was a easy map every day. Depends on where the pivot points are during the open, VWAP, settlement, overnight low, overnight high. There is no perfect day. There's no same day. Zach, long with trailing stops. Jesse still testing his night strat. 3 scalps tonight, heavy contracts. Golden Poppy. ¿Qué pasa, JC? Oh, you deleted it. I didn't get to read it, bro. Sorry. Well, good evening to everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Unfortunately, we're moving a little slow. Looks like the short was the play on the break of that pivot point. But not interested in the slow price action for now. which means you got a lot of time to smash that like, smash that subscribe button. It does help me out with the YouTube algo tonight. NQ moving snail pace, but moving. We do this Monday through Thursday, 9:15 p.m. Eastern, and morning session, the New York Open, 9:15 a.m. Green Trump Red, Apex is at fault. They won't sell me any more evals. I get the message, no more evals during review. This happened after I made a 5K first month payout, which was more than I spent on fees. Oh man, sorry to hear that. But I thought that if you blow your accounts, your PAs, after your review, you're allowed, you can email them and they open it up for evals again. Brickle. Entonces, parcero, good evening. The daily pivot point also happens to be right near closing VWAP and my blue zone. I'm going to be all over it. All right. Nurul, there is a sale on funding ticks right now for another hour, 50% off evals. There you go, guys. Day traders will move you to live after 3 payouts. They're pretty quick. I don't have anything negative bad to say. I think they just have different rules. They pay. They don't have payout denial issues. Just another one to diversify with. And tonight we're talking about Apex 90% off sale. A lot of you have been asking, 90% off all of the Apex accounts, 80% off of the recurring month. So the 90% is for the first month only. And they got a killer sale on the lifetime PA fees on the 250Ks and 300Ks. 250 and 300Ks are $37 for lifetime PAs. Resets, $37 for Apex. Brickle, yeah, day traders, they're very similar to, the back end of day traders is very similar to Apex. So the owner of day traders was a consultant or an employee for Apex, or a co-founder for Apex. And he branched out and opened up day traders. So the back end is pretty similar. No issues with payouts. The only thing is they do move you to live pretty quickly. In other words, they cap you. Anytime you hear live account at a prop firm, that's your cap. Don't be fooled. Is it bad that I'm most excited about the discounted reset fee? Listen, we're all going to blow accounts or evals, so the less you pay on a reset fee, the better. But, oh no, it's 80% off of the recurring month. I was about to say, if the monthly recurring is the same as the 90%, it's cheaper to just let it reset on its own. Rafiki Media, how much is the PA fee? It's in the comments right above you. So $85 for the 25K, 50K, 100K, and 150K, and $37 for the PA fee, a $37 PA fee for the 250K and the 300K. Cody Mercer, just buy a new account, only 16. I guess you're talking about the 25Ks, right? The 25Ks are probably that cheap. I don't think I've ever traded a 25K. I'd probably blow a 25K in one trade. But again, I trade minis, so you got to be very good with your drawdown on 25Ks trading minis. I'm not there. All right, we got a grind. I'm not trading this grind tonight. We've moved 12 points in the last hour. Is that right? Yep. %90 off right now is 16. I haven't looked at the price on the 25Ks, but I would think that's what you're talking about. Cool traders. Apex comes with Tradeify at 90%. Yes. It's Tradeify and TradingView compatible. SPX, they are draining the DCA bulls tonight. Yeah, anybody in a long, trying to long the bottom of this range, which they hinted at the bounce and then slowly flushed it. And if you're DCAing this, like I said, that's a repeat. That's a repeat in the opposite direction of last night. I got caught in a counter trade similar to this, and then hour and a half later, I was in 35, 40 points of drawdown. I was like, I'm not doing it again tonight. Not interested in grinds. Jesse, I would probably think it's not your connection. I would think it's my connection if it's buffering. SPX, yeah, because I was in some bad drawdown. In other words, if the market had continued to push up last night at that pivot point where I wanted a DCA, I could have been in some serious trouble, or had to babysit a trade for several hours. So I decided not to. All right, it's approaching the 200 SMA on the 5-minute, 705 area. Let's see if we get a wick. Some quick movements down there. It's also the middle of that 15-minute FVG. SPX, yep. Jeff, no buffering. All right. Although, Jesse, I don't think it would be you. I would probably think it's me, but I don't know if anybody else is getting buffering on the stream. Marco, this move down is pure manipulation. Well, you had a pivot point and you just flushed it. But we've only moved 12 points from the bottom of that range in the last hour. Happy kids, is PCE data tomorrow? Yes, sir. Let's take a look at the news one more time. So tomorrow, busy day with news. Red Folders event starting at 8:30 a.m. Of course, my times are in Arizona. These are 3 hours behind Eastern, so 8:30 a.m. Eastern, PCE. Then you got 9:45 Eastern, PMI. 10 a.m. University of Michigan sentiment. You got 2 red folder events, some yellow folder events scattered in. It's going to be a crazy open tomorrow. Tommy Stark, we're tapping into it right now on NQ2. Jesse, not trading anything. Yeah, I'm not trading this move down. I'll see where we settle. I'm assuming we're gonna come down to that 200 SMA, somewhere around 705. 705 is also the middle of that FVG on the 15 minute. I think there's more to the downside here. Oh, I was referring to the news. Yeah, tomorrow will be volatile, no question about it. SPX watching 711. Yeah, that 705, 711, 705, 710 area. Could be the bounce area. They're going to exaggerate it. Where's VWAP? VWAP's above us. Jesse, I'm not looking at the daily pivot point. Where is your daily pivot point? I see the pivot point down at 687, but that's on the lower time frames. What pivot point level are you looking at on the daily? 684, okay, 687 area. Got it. Similar areas. Finally, a 3-point move. We mooning, guys. Yeah, it's painfully slow. I'm not trading this, guys. $12 points in 1 hour. SV, yeah, I'm not trading price action. I don't like for sure. This is going to be a preserve mental capital night. SPX trap all the way, lots of trap all the way, lots of Apex accounts getting blown already tonight. I mean, the movements have been forgiving, right? You've only moved about 12 points in the last hour. Unless you're going crazy with size, shouldn't be taking too much drawdown. Jeff Koski, Panda is sitting over my shoulder telling me not to trade. I'm definitely telling myself not to trade this. Not worth my mental capital getting a trade for another hour. Dennis, no, the information that was shared on the chat is Apex. We have not shared any activation fees or any promotion with day traders today. All of the talk about promotions is Apex, to clarify. Today we've been talking about the 90% sale at Apex. SPX, I hear it. All right, looks like it tapped the top of that FVG, and is this the bounce? Is this the bounce? Nicholas Gomez, is this it? Looking like it. I'm not trading it. I'd like it to hit some lower levels first, but who knows? It could be the bounce. However, you know, just when you wait for a lower level, it gives you the bounce that you've been waiting for, and you smack yourself for not front running it. But I wouldn't be interested until 705, 700 area. And the only problem with that area is you got the pivot point right below it at 685. So all right, 5 minutes for, what is it, 11 p.m. Eastern? All right, it's coming back to test that pivot point. What was it, the 730 area, 733 area? The initial breakout to the downside that we saw. So for the shorts, if you're holding, we are in a descending channel there. You probably wouldn't want to see them break out of the channel. The top of that channel will have to hold, and then they flush it right back down. Let's see what they do. They're right at the top of that channel. You guys can see it on the descending channel. That top right there has to hold, and they got to flush it right back down, and then we stay in the move to the downside. So the top of that channel holding for now. I believe that comes all the way from here, right? Yep, that's a strong channel. See if they pop out of it. They pop out, then it's over, at least for now. I would have wanted something lower, but let's see. Doesn't mean they can't look above and fail and come back down. Jesse, no. I'm preserving mental capital tonight. Had a long weekend. Can't wake up like I did this morning and trade like I did this morning. Walked out in the green, but it was ugly today, so going to bed early tonight. I paid dearly all day for staying up late. I had a good time, don't get me wrong. We had a good time last night, but all right, struggling to pop out. Let's see. Oh, Jesse, you didn't trade this morning? Yeah, I mean, I get it. I woke up and I was sleeping. Nicholas Gomez woke up late. All right, they're popping out. My dog ate my alarm clock. Visual Trader. Hey, JC, have you ever used the DD signal on Quantower? I have not. But I'm all ears. You're welcome to share some insight on DD. Jesse's going for a small scalp. Visual Trader. Did you say it's DD? Take a look at DD on Quanta. I don't see it. Oh, the DOM on Quantower. All right, testing that pivot point again. Is it going to come back into range as a look below and fail? All right, so 100 Lot has some questions on flip days. Again, I encourage you guys to read Search 3.0 on Apex, flipping trades. This is all part of their 3.0 rules. Flipping is allowed, right? Traders must achieve a minimum profit of $50 per day. This must be done for at least 5 trading days. Okay? And if with the 8 days, you can flip for the next 3 days. They give you an example. A trader opens and closes a few quick trades during the day, earning $60 profit. Since this exceeds the 15 minimum profit requirement, the day counts towards the 5 day. If this pattern is repeated over the next 4 days, a trader will meet the criteria for consistent trading performance. So what I wouldn't do is change your, in other words, if you trade minis and all of a sudden you trade to micros, I have never risked the flip day with a micro because I trade minis. Just be careful because there are rules that it could say, well, you're not consistently trading the same instrument or whatever. You just don't want to open yourself up to denial. But read the rules, send them an email, make sure you're 100% understanding. And if you're not understanding, email Apex directly. Heinrich Nell. Hi, JC. What do you use for your channels? Parallel channel. That is a drawing tool in Quantower. I'm pretty sure it's in Tradeify. I know for a fact it's in TradingView. It's in most platforms. Parallel channel. Nicholas, tempted to short here, shorting the moving averages, shorting VWAP as well. Decisions. Stealth, the activation fee discount is attached to the account as long as you purchase the account during the existing promotion. So if you purchased an account yesterday under the 80% discount, it's not going to fall under this promotion. It's all automatic. Apex is pretty damn good with their automatic promotions. When you pass an eval and you go to activate, it automatically gives you the your promotion activation fee for that eval. You're pretty good with that. Daniel, what happens if denied? Well, you got to trade another 8 days. You don't blow the account. You just get a payout denial, trade another 8 days, stick to the rules on that next round, and you'll get your payout. I've been denied a payout. I got denied a payout. Some of you watched that trade. It was Canada tariff news. Trump dropped a Canada tariff news while I was in a trade without a stop, and I got pushed down probably 120 points, 130 points in a quick, I think I'm exaggerating. I think it was like 75 to 100 points on a quick flush on news. I was in the wrong direction. So I picked up more than $1,500 in drawdown on that trade. I ended up closing for a loss, but they still denied it because I took more drawdown than the 30% per trade allowed. It's no big deal. I knew I was going to get denied. I still submitted it on exactly day number 8 because I didn't want to lose another day. Waited for the denial and traded another 8 days and got my payout. I saw some comments on DCA. Apex does allow DCA. You can dollar cost average. All right, we just hit VWAP, so that was a quick push off of the bottom of that channel, broke out, hit VWAP and the 200 SMA, and now we're hitting a 4-hour level. And decisions. Do I want to trade this and get stuck for another hour and short it? I don't know. Yeah, Cody, same here. I was looking for a, NQ will do what it wants to do, not what you want it to do. I was looking for a lower level. I was looking for 705, 700 for that long, and it happens. 100 lot, do it for the stream. No, man, I'm pretty close to calling it a night. Pool trades. Can you trade Apex accounts on mobile phones? Yes, using Tradeify, right? Tradeify you can trade on your phone. So if you open a Tradeify account, you can trade it on your phone. Nicholas Gomez looking for some tension. He's looking for the consolidation before the short. T. Cooper and TradingView, correct. So you can trade from your phone on Tradeivy or TradingView with Apex. Cody Mercer, who's shorting VWAP? Who's shorting VWAP? You got VWAP and a 4-hour level, to be fair. But we are now back in that range. Technically, the top of that range is in play. Flex Futures, full port longin. Jesse's telling us that the sellers, the only problem there is we're back in a range. And if we truly are range bound, then this is where we're going. 750 area. Tommy Starks, sometimes the best trade is no trade at all. Yeah, I'm not liking the price action right now, and I'm off. I'm off for now. Flex Futures going full port, trying to pass those 250Ks. I hear you, man. I'm loading up on 300Ks over the weekend. I don't want to trade tomorrow the 300Ks. I want to keep tomorrow an easy day, but I am loading up over the weekend with some 300Ks. And those will be thrown into the copier at double the size of my normal trade. Peter Chan is shorting VWAP. All right, you got a couple guys shorting VWAP. That's also a nice 4-hour level, to be honest. And you got the 20 SMA on the 15-minute. Should provide some nice resistance for you guys. The only thing I'm looking for there is, if we are range bound, will it target the top of that range? You're going to take the whole month to pass those? No, I'm going to trade them double lot size. So whatever I trade the 150Ks, the 300Ks in the copy trader will be at double lot size. All right, looks like the short for VWAP is playing out. You guys are seeing some resistance here. So good luck to all the shorts here at VWAP. Right Investments, how long have you been waiting for login info? Peter Chan, I hear you, man. Who cares about evals right now? Especially with this price action. Like I said, the price action is pretty forgiving. Even if it goes the wrong direction, what are you going to do? 12, 15 points? It's a little boo-boo. Can't handle a boo-boo. Well, for the VWAP shorts, it's going to hold you there for a while until it tells you you're right or wrong. I'll tell you that. Literally at pause. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up a few 300Ks. And days like today, I'm going to call any one of you guys. And I'm going to have one 300K for the chat. And the chat gets, someone in the chat gets to trade it each night. Max 5 contracts. Days like this where who cares? You're only talking about 10, 12 points of drawdown in an hour. And we're going to have, all right, SPX. All right, SPX is the first one. All right, game. Let me buy the accounts this weekend. And I think we're going to do that. Where, you know, I'll take my trades, whatever I do. And then we'll open up one account. It's going to be a 300K. Max 5 lot size. Whatever your strategy, doesn't care. It doesn't matter if we lose it, blah, 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 blah. Let's see if between the chat, every day somebody else trading it, how long it takes before the account is blown. All right, and I'll buy a couple 300Ks expecting some blowouts. All right, the VWAP shorters are in play. They got their first 5 points so far. I don't know about full port because then we're going to blow account after account. But I think I'll put a max of 5 minis. 5 minis max, the equivalent in micros. That way it's not blown every night. The idea is to let it live for a couple days, but we'll have a chat account. How about that? Max Brock, day 1 it will be blown. SPX will be the first one. All right, he's called it. $100 lot, give away the payout to the stream. I love that idea. Yes. So that's the deal. Yes, I love that. And every day somebody else in the chat gets to trade it. If it does get to pay, I'll pay the activation fee, no biggie. If it does get to payout, the payout is divided among the traders or whoever traded it. How about that? All right, the shorts on VWAP are paying right now. So I'm going to buy a few. I'll probably need at least 10 to fund some of the blowouts. I'll buy some 300Ks, and those will be the chat accounts. Peter Chad, do you think my strategy works at night? I've had to make a strategy for the night. How do you put a momentum trader with trades under 1 minute during the New York session into the Asia? We got to make it happen, Peter. The same movements that happen in New York in 1 minute or 2 minutes, you know, they take an hour, 2 hours during New York, you know, during the Asia. That's all. That's all. Jesse James, your strategy for sure works at night. I think your strategy was made for Asia session. How many contracts did you go on that one, Jesse? $12 minis? Damn. Yeah, we got to get Drewski. I think we all want to see Drewski's strategy. Viv for short. I think I agree with you. I think we all want to see Drewski's 5-point strategy. That guy, morning and evening, he trades the New York session. He hops on and he takes those 5 points even during the New York session. He's obviously got some. I'm assuming he's trading 3 or 4 contracts, 3 or 4 minis, or whatever the equivalent in micros. But he's consistent. 5 points. I'm gonna have to call him 5-point Drewski. Christopher, we have to stick to NQ? No, I'll open it up to whatever you trade. All right, you just saw the bot publish all the promo info for Apex. All of that info is for Apex. Jesse, Cody, the bigger accounts allow more contracts, but at night I'm trading sim while taste. Oh, Jesse, that's right. You're trading. You're not trading props right now. You're just trading the sim account. Got it. I was like, whoa, you're going big on your contract size. I realized that the bot is not saying the promo is Apex. All the info that the JCDT bot just put in the chat, guys, that's the info for Apex promo. XPX wants to break a VWAP and retest for me to long here. Well, we're in a downtrend. I'm not sure I want to long until we break out of the downtrend. But as long as these moving averages, this is an area of confluence, right? You get all three merging here. You got the 200 SMA, which is the red, 20 SMA, and your 9 EMA right there. That's an area of confluence. Technically, you should have seen a stronger rejection there already. And you got VWAP. We should have seen a stronger rejection. So let's see if they build support around that area. You should have had a stronger, for the VWAP shorts, you should have had a stronger rejection, but who knows? Now, if they pop it and build it as support, that'll be interesting. Yeah. They pop that area, That's some strong bullish movement. I mean, now you're pushing above major area of confluence. But I think the VWAP shorts are now, there you go. Now you're getting your rejection. Yeah, hold it right back. Said, here you go. No, not really. Pulling it back. All right. I mean, whoever shorted VWAP, you're at least 8 points now, right? Say you got in at 738, 6 points in the green now. Assuming you guys are full porting that. All right, Jesse James has proved his strategy over the last couple of days, and now he's moving it to props. Stealth, I will be trading my 2-minute orb. Would have paid tonight. Oh, that's right. You trade the Globex 2-minute opening range breakout, right? PR. Oh, PR. You also shorted VWAP, didn't you? Yep. Harish up 217 bucks. That should do it for the night. Nicely done. Yeah, tonight would have been the night for high lot sizes, and as long as you got the right direction, I think that VWAP short was probably the play of the night. Did anybody long this 715, 720 area? Anybody take the long here? I know a lot of you shorted VWAP. That seems to be the play of the night. Or the play for the last hour or two. And PR77 took 10 points on that. Solid. Apple, oh, you did take that long. Nice. That's a nice entry. 719. 734. That was a solid play. I think those were the two plays of the night. Stealth, JC, why not the 250K over the 3K? The drawdown difference is only 1K, but the profit target is 5K. Maybe you're right. I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at which one makes more sense. Honestly, I just figured let me get the biggest one. Not looking at the... Just ain't right. Are you bullish or bearish? I don't think I'm either. We're in a downtrend, but I'm not bullish or bearish. I'm watching. So to congrats, I think a couple of you took that long at 715, 717, 720. That was probably the bigger of the two. And this VWAP short, nice 10-point play depending on where you entered. Cody, what do you like about the larger accounts? Drawdown. Like I said, I can't trade micros. I love my minis. So I need drawdown. All right, guys, I'm going to preserve some mental capital. Tomorrow's Friday. That's it for me tonight. It was a shoulda, coulda, woulda night. The two trades of the night, that 720 area long and definitely VWAP short. It was 20 SMA on the 15-minute VWAP, and you had a 4-hour level there as well. So that was a nice short. Congrats to those of you that took it. For me, it was a shoulda, coulda, woulda night. But it's all right. Preserving mental capital for tomorrow morning. We'll be back tomorrow morning. For those of you that trade NQ in the morning, 9:15 a.m. I start the stream, and we'll trade the New York Open for a little bit. It's Friday, so hopefully I don't get myself in too much trouble too early and call it. Jesse, thank you. Have a great night. I'll see you all. Peter Chan, Nicholas, SPX, Stealth, Cody. Who else am I missing that's in here? PR77, Just Ain't Right, Apple, WXB, Christopher. Let's see who else. Cody, I've already mentioned you. Anything I missed in the Harish, Flex Futures. I'm just going through the most recent. All right, guys, have a great night. For those of you that only trade Asia, I'll see you guys. Oh, 100 lot. Good night, brother. For those of you that trade Asia only, have a great weekend. Have a great extended weekend. I'll see you guys on, what is it, Monday or Tuesday? I'm pretty sure it's still open on Monday. I'll see you guys Monday night. Have a great weekend. Happy Labor Day weekend. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be on Monday night. Maybe busy. It may be busy, though. We'll see about Monday night, but have a great weekend. Happy Labor Day. And for all the New York session traders, I'll see you tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Win, lose, or draw. Have a good one. Appreciate you all.